It's 8 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. I'm Joshua Robinson. We are tracking breaking news right now in west central Spokane. Spokane police have responded to a shooting that took place earlier this morning. Let's get right to the scene where Nicole Hernandez joins us live to fill us in on what information you have for us. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, Joshua. So just before 6 a.m., police said that there was a shooting near Cedar and Boone. Now, that shooting happened between two moving cars. One of those cars ended up here where we're at now, near Sharp and Ash. Now, that car did not have much damage, and police said that neither car had much damage, and they have found both cars at this point. So police said that after that initial shooting happened, that police found one of the cars, and a short pursuit happened with that car that ended near Indiana and Hamilton. And then they found the second car here near Sharp and Ash. Right now, police are still looking for one person involved in the shooting. They do have one person in custody, but they do say that there is no danger to this general area right now if you do live in this area. So like I said, that one of those cars was found here, again, with not much damage, but police still are asking any witnesses to call Crime Check if they have any information about what happened early this morning. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you very much, Nicole. And of course, we will keep you updated here on Up with KREM and on KREM.com with the latest details as they come into our newsroom. 8:01 now this morning. Let's shift gears a little bit, take a look outside. So we check in once again with Evan Arani. Evan, it's been it looks a little hazy out there so far.
Yeah, you can see it right out there. I mean, air quality in the moderate range as we kick off our Tuesday morning, and it's a lot higher on that scale than it's been in previous days. Previous days, we've been around 50 on the air quality index. Today, we're around the 70s, so indicating that air quality is deteriorating as we go. If that number jumps above 100, we move to unhealthy, but so far, don't want to jinx us, but we've been pretty good so far this year with our air quality. Looking at what we have as far as your temperatures go to kick off your 8 o'clock hour now, mainly 60s out there. We've got 64 degrees in Wenatchee, 63 in Spokane with a little bit of cloud cover. As I look off from the Outdoor Weather Center, we do have about a few high clouds hanging out with us, kind of blocking the view of the sun a bit. Otherwise, though, temperatures are pretty pleasant outside to begin the day. Satellite radar indicating that there are a few showers down toward that southeast corner of Washington, pushing through the Idaho Panhandle, not really affecting very densely populated areas, but we are going to see those showers throughout the day today and into tomorrow with the possibility of a few scattered thunderstorms in the mix as well. Hour by hour in Spokane, we're going to make it to 86 degrees. Central Washington expected in the low 90s by the time we get to about 3 to 5 p.m. That's going to be where we see those peak temperatures. Coming up in just a bit, we'll talk about a cool down that comes our way as we head toward the weekend. We're making it back down to the 70s, possible below average territory, and that is coming up in just a bit. For now, something's back to you.
All right, Evan, thank you so much. Time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. Now, an Amber Alert is in effect this morning for a missing baby in Montana. Now, police are asking for your help locating 6-month-old Lucas Warner. Deputies say he is believed to be with his non-custodial father and his babysitter. Authorities say the couple may be driving a late 1990s, early 2000s white Chevy pickup truck. Investigators believe they could be driving towards South or North Dakota or possibly Wyoming. Anyone with information on that case is asked to call the Flathead County Sheriff's Office at the phone number you see there on your screen, 406-758-5610. Overnight, the Spokane City Council voted to no longer use city funds or personnel for killology training. The training for law enforcement includes lessons on how to deal with killings. Thousands of people also signed a petition to cancel the controversial training program from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. This morning, a pilot has died after crashing a firefighting helicopter near Mount Hood. The USDA Forest Service says it happened yesterday while he was doing water drops on the White River wildfire. This morning, we do not know the identity of the pilot or the cause of that crash. Authorities from the NTSB and the FFA were called in to help with that investigation. And this morning, we are tracking some breaking news. This morning, the man shot in the back by police in Wisconsin, sparking protests, is paralyzed from the waist down. Jacob Blake's father confirmed the news this morning. The officers involved in his weekend shooting are now on leave. Neighbors say Blake, a black man, was breaking up a fight when police arrived. And overnight, authorities issued a curfew in one Wisconsin city following protests. Well, that is your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag UpWithKREM on social media.
All right, thank you so much, Jen. Taking a look at what's trending this morning, Hoop Fest is obviously a huge, important event for all of us here in the Inland Northwest. But for one couple, this year's event just became even more special. This is a fun story. So Josh Boone of Kettle Falls has now participated in 23 Hoop Fests. He's played in 21 of them, coached one of them, and now he's done one virtually. But on the day of his 23rd Hoop Fest this year, he became a husband.
You know, when Hoop Fest got changed because of everything, it got changed to my wedding date.
Today is the day that Josh and Crystal will say their I do's.
Well, that's right. Josh and his fiancee Crystal decided to keep their wedding date on the same day as Hoop Fest this year. The couple decided it was doable for Josh to compete in the event that's been so important for him most of his life and to make his wedding vows on the same day.
Now she's definitely in all the way, so.
I've always wanted to find that love, and I found it with him. I found it.
Crystal says she never would have imagined Josh playing basketball and then marrying her, but she says she's proud of him and knows how much this event means to him.
Josh and Crystal, by the power vested in me, the state of Washington, in front of all your family and friends, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Means everything. So that's all I can pretty much say.
So while virtual Hoop Fest isn't really ideal for most of us, it did work out pretty well for the new Mr. and Mrs. So just like the old saying, when life gives you lemon, well, in Spokane, when Hoop Fest lands on your wedding day, you get married after playing some basketball. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this story, especially because of how much support his wife has, and also the fact that they're going to talk to each other, think about their wedding day every time they do Hoop Fest.
I thought it would have been cool too, Jen, to maybe see if there was like someone standing in as like a best man to shoot some hoops with also, but you know, didn't see that video. It's more important making sure the couple was part of the focus, but how cool would that have been to do that as like a whole theme?
Oh, I mean, if you're a basketball fan,
Yeah.
sure. I don't know
Right.
if the bride's going to sign up for a basketball-themed wedding, but I do like that she was supportive of him and saying, you know what, if you need to get your basketball fix in before the big day, go for it. You know, maybe it got out some of those pre-wedding jitters.
Yeah, 23 years. I mean, if you think about it, he's had more years alive doing it than years that he hasn't. It's sort of a crazy way to think about it. But yeah, glad they got a chance to sort of fit it all in on that perfect day. All right, still to come this morning, if you are smelling a little rough today, stick around after the break. We've got a new perfume that will have your furry friend's tail wagging.
My problem was never really my feet. It was always my back. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. And that's when Tara at the Good Feet store kept telling me to try her arch supports. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. You can't use this.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Most summer events include a bright, summery sales pitch, so here's ours. Any questions? The Acura Summer of Performance event. Our dealers are ready, and with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. Don't miss it.
This summer, visit your Acura dealer for attractive offers.
At Coeur d'Alene Casino, we've been leading the way in safety from the very beginning. For us, the well-being of our team, guests, and families has always been the top priority. Caring is part of us, our culture, our values, our core. That's why we were the very first casino to open safely to welcome you back, and why we continue to look after your safety by requiring masks and temperature checks. Because when everyone is safe, everyone wins. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
The city of Spokane Valley is a great place to work, to live. What the park brings to the valley is the largest industrial park of its kind between Seattle and Minneapolis. We've got a total of 5 million square feet. We're rail served. We've always believed it's right in the center of everything. It's an economic engine. Working with the city of Spokane Valley is awesome. Spokane Valley is obviously growing, a tremendous opportunity for a lot of businesses to locate here.
Now that you're enjoying the summer outside, have you noticed that your deck could use some repairs? Well, Bull Hidliner can help. Bull Hidliner has been helping customers just like you for over 25 years. The industrial liner used for truck beds can now be used for protecting your decks, patios, and much more. Have less maintenance and more longevity by calling 509-532-9007 for a free estimate on your deck or trucks. Visit our website, www.bullhidliner.com, to see examples of our quality work.
Where's Mommy? Oh, hey, sweetie. Mother Nature is at work, but Father Nature is here.
I'm hungry.
Let's see. Oh, how about some Smucker's Natural? Yes. First ingredient, real strawberries. Oh, Mommy's home!
Welcome back to Up with KREM. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's time for your speed feed stories you'll see on social media today. Well, an MLB rookie card just sold for a lot of money. A lot of money. The signed Mike Trout card sold for nearly $4 million at an auction. The Angels outfielder is a 3-time MVP. And get this, the card is only 11 years old.
So will you please say yes to be my best man? Love, Will.
What? You want to be my best man?
Oh, what a sweet moment shared there. Well, you may have seen this video on social media circulating. It's a special, special moment between two brothers in Minneapolis. Henry is living with Down syndrome. He's particularly close with his brother as well. As you can see there, Henry calls Will his best friend. So I'm sure they'll have a great time celebrating that wedding together. How sweet is that? Well, this morning, the reviews are in. Washington is home to some of the best country wine in the country. USA Today readers voted the Walla Walla Valley America's best wine region. The area has more than 100 wineries. It's known for its Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, and Syrah. And looking for a fresh new scent to keep you from smelling so rough? Well, the perfume company Demeter Fragrance unveiled a puppy breath line. It promises to capture the experience of meeting a new pup for the first time, complete with warm, wet, and wonderful comfort. It comes as a cologne, a shower gel, body lotion, or a massage oil. I love hanging out with puppies, but it's always the smell of dogs that is like a little bit off-putting to me. So I'm really curious to see what this smells like.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too great, but I also wonder maybe that's the whole, maybe they're going for something that smells good but just has the name. That's what I would assume. But also I've been surprised by things like that where people are just genuinely like those kinds of scents. So I'm surprised by.
Yeah, Jen, I'm going to hope that it's not literally puppy breath, but more like what Evan suggests. It's kind of that you know, puppy breath aroma over the top of another nice smell. What do you think?
I don't know. If your man smells like puppies and he doesn't have a puppy, is out. It's a package deal.
That I can get behind. That's true.
That's a great point. I didn't think about that. That is great.
Okay, let's switch gears away from puppy breath and talk about what's going on outside as we kick off our Tuesday morning. If you're just waking up with us, temperatures are mainly in the 60s right now. Going to make it to the 80s by the afternoon. 85 degrees is that forecast high for us here in Spokane. Average would be 81, so we're pretty far off of average, and important to also recognize rain so far this month. It is well below normal. Normal would be nearly half an inch by now. We have seen 2/100ths of an inch, so almost nothing so far. We could use more. We're in drought conditions, and we also have, of course, those wildfire conditions, and we could use more. But right now, no rain is in the forecast for the next 7 days for us here in Spokane. Because of all this going on, red flag warning down for the area in pink, and then an air quality alert over the Missoula area. This is, of course, because our air quality continues to stay in the moderate range, and now it's even worse than it was for mornings prior. Usually we're in the 50 on the air quality index, around 50 to 60. Today we're at 74, so things are not looking too great for us to start off the morning. We could be pushing toward unhealthy for some groups. We're kind of right in between of unhealthy and good, because if we move about 25 points in either direction, we move to that range. On Future Tracker, you can see how clouds have kind of been the main theme for most of the morning and afternoon hours, and will continue to do so for most of the day. By 4 p.m., a lot of those clouds subside, a few showers off toward western Montana and the North Idaho Panhandle late tonight into early tomorrow. They look pretty brief and not really affecting much of our region directly, which means we will probably be left out of this one. But if you do see a stray shower or maybe a quick bolt of lightning, keep in mind that is definitely possible, and we'll have more details on what that looks like tomorrow morning as they're happening. But going into Thursday, things are looking really nice out there. We've got clear, calm, dry conditions. 86 degrees for this afternoon in Spokane, 85 in Coeur d'Alene. Libby, Montana going to make it to 83. Lewiston 90 degrees, Moses Lake 90, and Richland 93 for that afternoon high. Here's the 7-day, sticking with about average temperatures, if not a few degrees above average. Mainly about mid 80s to upper 80s all the way through the next 5 days. Then a cool down comes from Saturday into Sunday. That's going to knock our temperatures down by about 10 degrees. So keep in mind when those cold fronts come through, we usually usher in a breeze, cloud cover at times, and all that kind of stuff. So cooler temperatures as we head toward the weekend, Joshua.
Thank you very much, Evan. 8:15 now this morning, and postal workers around the country are participating in a Save the Post Office rally, including in eastern Washington. Let's check in with our Nicole Hernandez at Riverside Post Office, where members of the local union are getting ready to rally today.
Yeah, so the American Postal Workers Union local chapter is planning to meet here today to protest some recent cuts and changes made to the United States Postal Service. The union says that there's going to be 3 different rallies across eastern Washington, the one of course here in downtown Spokane, one in Richland, and one in Omak. These workers are demanding that elected officials give at least $25 billion in immediate support for the Postal Service. They also want to stop the mail slowdown policies introduced by the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy. Yesterday, he denied claims that he slowed down the Postal Service to disrupt the delivery of election ballots. During a hearing on Capitol Hill, he assured lawmakers that USPS will be able to handle November's mail-in ballots. Our local chapter here says they also want to know why Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers voted against emergency funding for the post office over the weekend. The bill would provide emergency funds to the Postal Service, protections for election mail, and prohibits the removal of mail sorting machines and mailboxes. That passed in the House on Saturday. According to the U.S. Assistance Commission, 24% of voters voted by mail in the last presidential election. That's about 34 million voters. Many states are still planning now to expand voting by mail to reduce crowds at the polls this year. And a new survey found that they think 37% of voters will likely vote by mail this year. That's over 10% increase. Now, our local union is planning on meeting at 3:30 today here at the post office to start that protest. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Love Local, proudly sponsored by STCU.
It's a summertime ritual that has had to adapt with a season that includes COVID. The Inland Northwest Farmers Market Association is a collective of local markets working to blossom in challenging times.
When we know we have the support of one another, we are stronger and more resilient.
Community support ensures success for our local farmers and businesses. Live, learn, love local. Visit KREM.com for a local business directory.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
To a featured local business. STCU proudly sponsors Love Local.
What are you missing from life? Let Northwest Bariatrics guide you through options that really work. And now is a great time to lose weight. Northwest Bariatrics is almost half the cost of other regional surgical weight loss groups on gastric sleeve and bypass procedures. And all procedures are performed at the 5-star award-winning physician-owned Northwest Specialty Hospital. Don't let life pass you by. Let Northwest Bariatrics guide you through options that really work. Contact Northwest Bariatrics today.
You might be thinking, why should I wear a mask?
COVID-19 won't affect me.
But what about them?
We get it. Masks can be uncomfortable, and we aren't used to wearing them as we go about our daily lives.
But they help to keep you, the people you interact with, and their loved ones safe.
So if you won't wear a mask to protect yourself, do it for them.
Do your part.
Do your part.
Do your part.
Learn more at one.idaho.gov.
Searching for a hybrid with an all-wheel drive system? Your search is over at Parker Toyota. You want a fuel-efficient hybrid with additional all-wheel drive features? Here's a list that has something for everyone. We have the right hybrid to match your personal taste, needs, and budget with all-wheel drive safety and off-road adventure. Find yours right here at your no-problem superstore, Parker Toyota, Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
Valspar Signature holds up to common stains and cleans up easy. Discover what's possible at Lowe's.
Welcome back to Up with KREM on our Tuesday morning. Well, today is day 2 of the Republican National Convention. Night 1 kicked off with several speakers, including keynote speaker Senator Tim Scott. Now, we had our Verified team fact-checking last night's claims, and here's Jason Puckett with what they found.
Let's start with the claim from Georgia Democrat and Trump supporter Vernon Jones.
The president also built the most inclusive economy ever, with record low unemployment for African Americans and record high participation in the workforce.
Let's start with the unemployment claim. Federal Reserve economic data does show that African American unemployment did hit an all-time low of 5.4% in late 2019. That is the lowest in recorded history. That part of the claim is verified. But the claim that African American workforce participation is at an all-time high, that part's false. The same data shows that African American workforce participation was at its highest in 1999. That was about 66%. And in late 2019, it was about 63%. Next, a claim from Louisiana Representative Steve Scalise.
The left wants to defund the police. Joe Biden has embraced the left's insane mission to defund them.
This claim is false. In an ABC interview on Sunday, Biden was asked directly if he wanted to defund the police. He answered, quote, "No, I don't," later adding that, quote, "I think they need more help, they need more assistance." In June, Biden wrote an op-ed that was posted in the USA Today where he wrote, quote, "I don't support defunding police." Next, a claim from South Carolina Senator Tim Scott.
We actually saw revenues to the Treasury increase after we lowered taxes in 2017.
That claim is true before you account for inflation. Data from the Congressional Budget Office shows that tax revenue has increased every single year since 2009, including in 2018 after that tax cut was passed. But according to the Brookings Institute, when you apply inflation, quote, revenue fell from fiscal year 2017 to fiscal year 2018. Folks, we got more claims from Night 1 up on our website. If you see something you want us to take a look at, send us an email. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Jason, thank you so much. Well, today the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture reopens. In our next half hour, what changes you can expect the next time you visit. Plus, we'll be live talking about one of the exhibits.
There are still so many questions about the new school year. What will virtual learning look like? What will happen if there's a virus outbreak at your child's school? What options do you have for finding daycare?
At KREM 2, we want to help you. We're bringing together a team of experts to answer your questions.
Come back down.
Text your questions to 448.
Then I'm going to have to do my interview.
We'll answer them in our Back to School Your Questions Answered special.
Hi.
Wednesday at 6, only on KREM 2, your Back to School information station.
Okay, do you know how much time I have?
Summer during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. For a limited time, get 0 for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Only at your local Northwest Ford dealer.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices...
Ooh, that's a long time, Cody. I don't know that I can fill 90.
Hey, Culligan.
Barely anything happened here.
For the fam. Safe, huh? Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas
Okay,
a Culligan
thank you.
reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that.
When you have depression, it can plunge you into deep, dark lows. And can leave you feeling extremely sad and disinterested. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Not all types of depression should be treated the same. Vraylar effectively helps relieve all symptoms of bipolar depression with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Nausea, restlessness, and movement dysfunction are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
Make the most of summer during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. For a limited time, get 0 for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Only at your local Northwest Ford dealer.
8:25 this morning. Good morning. I'm Joshua Robinson, and we're tracking breaking news right now in west central Spokane. Spokane police have responded to a shooting that happened earlier this morning. Let's check in with Nicole Hernandez, who joins us live this morning. Nicole, what's the latest information you've got for us today?
Yeah, Joshua, so as of right now, police are still looking for one person involved in that shooting. Just before 6 a.m. that shooting happened. It was between two moving cars near Boone and Cedar. Now take a look at this video. This is video of one of the cars that police officers found right where we're at. We're near Sharp and Ash right now. So that is one of the cars that was involved in this shooting. The other car officers found just after the shooting. They chased that car in a short pursuit, and then that chase ended near Indiana and Hamilton. Right now, police say both cars involved in this shooting have been accounted for and nobody was hurt. They do have one person involved in the shooting already in custody, but again, they are still looking for one other person. They say no one in this area, in this neighborhood, is in danger right now, that they have it under control, but they are asking anyone who witnessed anything or knows anything about this shooting to go ahead and call Crime Check and let them know. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you very much, Nicole. And of course, we will keep you updated here on Up with KREM, as well as KREM.com and our KREM 2 mobile app. Let's take a look outside this morning with Evan Narani. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning, Joshua. Yeah, another very nice morning outside, summer-like, as we have partly cloudy conditions out there. Temperatures right now mainly in the 60s or so. Warming up to the 80s this afternoon. About 85 degrees is what we're going for as that afternoon high. A few more clouds today than what we'll be seeing over the next several days, as there are partly cloudy conditions through most of the northwest, and plenty of haze out there as our air quality is in the moderate range. We stick with about mid to upper 80-degree temperatures all the way through the rest of your work week. This is slightly above average, and then we cool down to below average as Saturday heads towards Sunday. We'll see a cold front come through. That cold front will produce some breezy winds and knock those temperatures down from Sunday into Monday. Joshua, I'll send things back over to you.
Thank you, Evan. 8:27 now. Today we are also celebrating the National Park Service's birthday. The organization turns 104 years old today, and in honor of the date, national park entrance fees will be waived, along with some state park fees. And this morning, we would love to see some of your beauty shots of Washington State parks or others, including Glacier National Park. You can text them to us at 509-448-2000. By the way, if you are headed out to your favorite park today, there are some rules that have changed since the pandemic started, so just make sure you check those conditions before you go. We've got more coming up on the CW22 starting at 8:30 over on Up with KREM as it continues, including your local headlines and another look outside. We'll see you there.
Get to Max Autosport's Days of Thunder sales event. Choose from the best vehicles on the planet, all with a warranty for life and car washes for life. Hurry, for 6 days only, get an HD TV with every purchase. Rates as low as 3%. And roll out with payments starting from $199 a month. Plus, get $2,500 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade. Take it to the max during the Days of Thunder sales event. Only at Max Autosports on the corner of Lions and Division. Get maxed out today.
That's what he means. This is the first time he's actually been able to see me on TV, so he's like,
we know there's
wow,
more essential
and I'm
business
like,
happening in your home
yeah.
now than ever before.
Hello, and do they survive?
No contact process, because we understand the safety of your family and sanitation of your
Okay.
home is critical. Call
What's that?
Raptor Router and Plumbing today at 509-230-2369 and receive $30 off any drain cleaning service. Raptor Router and Plumbing. We make
Oh my
your
gosh,
leaks
absolutely.
become extinct.
Daddy, what's that big moving house thing?
It's a motorhome, Junior. Modern.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We carried our homes with us since, forever.
Yeah, but humans have Geico to protect them. Something goes wrong, they're covered. What do we have?
What could go wrong? Ooh, a feather.
A feather. Duck, Junior!
That's no duck, Daddy. That's a vulture.
Geico for RVs. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hi, folks. Welcome to America's #1 rustic furniture store in the USA. I'm Carol from